Champs, my good friend Andrew Kirby, he told me this last week.
To get attention, easiest way to build authority, easiest way to become an expert. And then they sell them into a second community. That's the monetization vehicle. But now you just need one. And now, not only can you do it all within one Skool community, you can also sell services or coaching, which, as we've discussed, are the easiest things to sell. The easiest path to get to $5,000 a month is selling these services or these coaching just one time. With the two communities, the paid community is recurring, which again is harder to sell because it's monthly payments. With this, it's just one time. You sell a one-time service or a one-time coaching. And that's what I did to get to that $67,000 in 3-month mark that I talked about. It's just a one-time payment. The easiest thing to sell.
And holy shit, has this changed everything for you mofos who are looking to start or grow a high-ticket online business. In today's video, I'm going to break down exactly what this new feature update means for you and how this now makes Skool the absolute no-brainer long-term online location for you to start and grow a high-ticket coaching, consulting, or expert business. If you're new here, hey, what's good? My name's Tom Youngs and I help coaches, consultants, and warlocks scale high-ticket businesses with one simple system. Now, this absolutely is one of those situations where if you sleep on this and don't take action on this new opportunity now, you're going to look back and think, wow, I really did fuck that one up. Now, I don't want that to be you, so stick around and this is going to be a banger. 4 months ago, I made a video explaining how I was taking a completely different route to everyone else by starting a free Skool community and not trying to compete in the Skool games. Since then, I've been quietly off to the side playing my own game, and now I've grown my own Skool community, CreatorLaunch University, to over 1,140 members. It's now the engine of my high-ticket business, and it's my main lead magnet. Now, 4 months ago, it was super obvious that the only people who could compete in the Skool games were creators with an existing large distribution base, aka a massive audience. And I was quickly proven right. The winners of the monthly Skool games were creators with fat audiences who just siphoned them into their new groups. But let me remind you, the owners of Skool, Alex Hormozy and Sam Ovens, are the original gangsters of the high-ticket consulting world. So either this new feature was already in their roadmap, or they quickly realized that they were wrong, because at the start of the Skool games, Hormozy was claiming that a Skool community, keep in mind, they were pushing the low ticket membership model here, was the easiest way to make 10K online. I knew this wasn't the case. And I literally went on record explaining in detail why I knew this wasn't the case. In fact, I've had almost 100,000 people see me calling them out on this. But these guys are ultimately the goddamn goats of the high ticket industry. And I don't know shit compared to these nerds. However, they've realized that pushing the Skool games as they've done is missing the bigger portion of the market, people without audiences. So they've just now dropped a new feature I was patiently waiting for, which I knew would be the game changer for people to actually start and grow an online business like they claimed. Okay, so let's dive into the meat of this feast, and I'm going to show you how this new feature has changed everything. And if you jump onto this pronto, this will be the best investment you've ever made in your life. Right, let's dive into it then, champs. This is a long column of education love, and I've designed it specifically for you guys to get smarter, make more money, and, well, just ultimately break free from this bullshit that we call the Matrix. So let's dive into it. We're going to start off with some principles first, because there's no point talking about all the the mechanisms, the details, unless you understand the basic, the core fundamental principles. So we've got 5 here, 5 principles that are going to underpin everything that we go over today. And it's really important that you understand these, because the truth is that if you don't understand these, you've got no chance starting or growing a high ticket online business. And I've learned these the hard way. And yeah, it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. Okay, let's get involved on this bad boy. The Zoom is struggling to work here. Let's push me into the corner. Okay, first up, principle number 1. High is better than low. This is a simple principle, and it states that to start an online education business with no audience, you start with high ticket. That's a simple one. This is just what I'm stating. This is what I've done, and this is simple maths. You need fewer clients to make 10K with high ticket than you would with low ticket. It's just simple. You just have to convert. You have to convert fewer people. And in the game that we're going to talk about today, conversion is at the kind of the pinnacle of everything is conversion. And everything that we are trying to do is to optimize our opportunities to make conversions. Principle number 2 is money is just energetic transfer of value, but you have to understand what value means first. Value, in my opinion, and some others share this opinion with me, helping someone get from Pain Island, where they are currently sat, to Pleasure Island, where they want to get to, which is their desires, their dreams, and everything that is potentially good about their future. That's what they want to get to. And ultimately, you can boil business down to that simple principle that money is energetic transfer of value. Next up, number 3 is we have low ticket offers. We can use low ticket offers to ascend and identify the hottest action taker prospects. I call these BTC offers, behind the curtains offers. And it's super important that you understand this, that these BTC offers do a couple of things. They give people a peek behind the curtains, and you get to do it without doing any extra work, that you are just showcasing to people who can potentially become clients what you're doing with your existing clients. This is a really key kind of like part of our methodology. Number 4, if you don't understand this shit, you may as well just stop watching now, because like ultimately the game has changed. The rules of online business are changing, and to win, you must adhere to Google's 7-11-4 rule. What is this rule? We'll get to in a second. But if you do not shift and adhere to this, your business will not survive. But if you do adhere to this, your business will thrive. Number 5 is 4 systems. A high-ticket business is made up of a collection of 4 systems. More on that in a few minutes. First, though, let's talk about Google. Google's 7-11-4 rule. Now, first, let's just give the background into what the hell this is. So Google, you know who Google are. They have been selling stuff online pretty much longer than anyone. So they have quite a lot of data. I would hypothesize into the trillions of data when it comes to revenue transacted. I can imagine it's in the trillions because they've been operating for 30 years. So they have 30 years worth of buying data, a lot of data you can agree to. Now, their research team recently announced a new report from a study that they had done, which suggested that on average, for someone to make a purchase online, they needed to adhere to the fundamentals of the 7-11-4 rule. Here's why it matters. For someone to buy online, a buyer must spend 7 hours consuming content, researching your brand, reading testimonials, looking at proof, looking at competitors, and getting an understanding of you. They must do that across 11 touch points. A buyer must have at least 11 different touch points. And then finally, 4 locations. A buyer must consume this content across 4 different locations. Quite simply, what does that mean? Consider every single platform, consider every single modality of communicating with someone as a location. Email is one. Instagram would be another. TikTok would be another. Snapchat would be another. YouTube would be another. There needs to be multiple locations, 4 locations. So what is this rule all about? It's ultimately just about one word: trust. This rule simply gives you the formula you need to gain enough trust for someone to buy from you. This is about trust. And for someone to buy from you, they need trust. I don't know if you can see my chopper arriving. I'm going to have to make this one a quick one. You might not have seen that. Anyway, there are 3 elements that someone needs to trust you on for them to purchase. They need to trust you, first and foremost. If they don't trust you, they're not going to buy. They then need to trust your offer. So the invitation that you are going to make them, the offer, they need to trust that. They then need to trust your specific, unique mechanism, your way of doing things. And look, this is a bit of a meta video that we're going to go into because I'm going to be showcasing my mechanism. And I'm going to make you an offer at the end, but it's probably not going to be an offer you're going to expect. But more on that in a second. You get those three things, you get a new client. And this is based around the value exchange journey. So ultimately, we're trying to take someone who doesn't know us to someone becoming a case study. That is the end goal. The end goal is this, because this is where a case study is where everyone receives a maximal value exchange. You have helped them get their goal, and in return, they have given you in the form of a case study, an asset that you can now take back to the market and say, hey, shit, look, I can do this. I can help you get this and do this. And that is the maximal value exchange. So the aim that you must be aiming for is to get case studies. So this is the value exchange journey that we're going to go on. We're taking someone from a lead who is someone that we can communicate with, typically in a closed channel, email, DMs. Those are the typical ways we can communicate with a lead. And we turn them into a customer. This is someone who has transacted with us. Now, just so that you don't get confused, there is a difference between, as I define it, someone who is a customer and a client. A client is someone who you commit time and resources to, who is a paid high-ticket client. And the difference between that and a customer is this is someone who has just transacted with us. But one of the core principles of my thesis is that someone who has identified and highlighted themselves as a customer, someone who's gotten closer from being someone who just watches your content to, hey, I'm actually going to give you some of my cash here. Those people are the people by doing that process, by initiating a transaction, they have just held up their hand and they have said, hey, I can feel something pulled towards you. You should take note of that. And you should probably make sure that you nurture me because I'm hot. I'm a hot prospect. So what this process is this is highlighting to us who our hottest prospects are. And that's an amazing thing because those people are going to be they're going to have the highest likelihood of someone who's going to become a high paying client. Okay. Now, those are the key principles you need to understand to thrive in online business. Now we need a model to deliver on those principles. Now, if you found this interesting or useful so far, please smash that like button with the most force that you have ever smashed a like button before. And also go to the subscribe button because I'm going to be dropping absolute heat. And I don't want you to miss out because I know this is going to help you change your life. I promise you that. I'm in the business of changing people's lives and I want you to be one of them. So please subscribe, get involved, jump on this journey. Let's have some fun. Let's make some money. Let's change some lives. Let's talk about the 4 systems of your high ticket business. There are 4 core systems you need to complete this value exchange journey above. Okay. So to get someone from being a lead to become a high value case study, there are 4 systems that I'm going to take you through that you need to join these up to be able to do that. And the great news is that any system can be built. As in you can take my system and build it yourself. There's no secrets. You can take my system and you can do this yourself. These systems, really importantly, each play a key role in Google's 7-11-4 rules. So these have been carefully designed for that. They feed into each other to take someone through that value exchange journey. Now, here's the nice and pretty version of what this looks like. So we have, in how I do it, we have our leads attraction system, which is getting people from being complete randoms to, hey, we can actually communicate with them. And what I do is I run one simple ad on Instagram. It's an Instagram profile visit ad specific that is a boosted post of one of my posts. And it is getting people to not buy from me, not transact from me, not give me any money. It is getting someone to do the least frictionful thing that we do so frequently every day, which is follow people that we're interested in. So that is the simplicity and beauty of my system, is that we're not coming out with the big old like right hook ask. We are just a little jab. We're like, hey, look, we're over here doing this shit. You want to come follow me, learn from me, come and do that. So that is our leads attraction system. We then need to push those new leads into a community, into a location. Consider it like a pool. Like, let's think we're taking people from the ocean with our leads attraction system, and then we're going to go and push them into a closed kind of pool so they can all swim together in. That is our one simple community. Now, this is our customer creation system, because when they're in this pool, we are going to make them little micro offers, little BTC behind the curtains offers, which is going to create customers. So this is our customer creation system. This is what turns leads into customers. Okay. Hopefully this makes so much sense to me, and I just hope it makes sense to other people, because if it doesn't make sense to other people, then I'll be like, I don't know. Who knows? Hopefully this makes sense to you. Okay, so once we've done that, once we've created a customer through our BTC offers, we are then going to convert them into becoming a high ticket paying client. And how do we do that? We do that by spending time with them, and we do that through long form video. I've got clients who do this with podcasts. I've got clients that do this with long form content. That's a different topic for another day. The content side of this is a different topic. But this is the process that we use to pre-sell people on the benefits of working with us. What is the best way to build trust with someone? Spend time with them. What is the best way to spend time with someone online? Long form content. This is why we do this. So when people are in our one simple community, which I'll show you in a second how we do that. Like, literally, you feed them, you give them, you nurture them information in the form of long form content. Once we do that, when they've seen enough of our content, when they've watched 7 hours of content, remember, and think to yourself, how much long form content do you have out there of yourself? Like, do you have 7 hours? Because I do. On my YouTube channel, I have 7 hours. And so if you're not there yet, you need to listen up, because this is going to be perfect for you. Okay, so once we've got people into our community, we start warming them up and nurturing them. And what I call this like a reciprocity bank. Our YouTube channel turns into a goodwill bank account, which is where we are building goodwill by giving loads and loads of free value and showcasing that we know what we're talking about. Quite simple, right? Then that hopefully does the job that converts people into becoming clients. You've given enough goodwill out there that they're like, hey, I want to work with this person. I trust them. Finally. I trust what they've got going on. I trust their mechanism. They're looking, you've spoken in your content about what your mechanism is. So they trust that. You've spoken about your stories, your lessons, and they've now trusting you. And then you've got to make them a big fat offer to become a high ticket paying client. That's what we do here with one simple offer. This is our value delivery system. This is how we get someone to become a case study. This is our final piece of the puzzle. This is the actual, I'm going to help you get from here to here. Okay. That is what the value delivery system is all about. And then you actually get results with people, and you turn them into case studies. And guess where those case studies go? Hell yeah, they go right back in at the top of the system, where you talk about these in your short form content, your long form content, and you tell people, hey, I do this. Come and follow me and get involved in our community, because I help people get these results. Look, I'm going to look back at this and I'm going to say this is the sickest thing I'll have ever made, because this is sick. And I want you to look at this and think, this is the kind of thing that will take my business to the next level, because I know it will, because I've done it with tons of clients. Anyway, this is now, we're going to move on to the let's keep this shit simple as fuck version. Okay. And look, occasionally I get some comments about people saying they can't understand why I curse. One is because I don't care, like I don't give a fuck, and the other is that I'm passionate. And if you get offended by a noise coming out of my mouth, if that triggers something in you, please consider what that means about you and how you react to the world, because that is weird. You getting an emotional reaction from a noise coming out of my mouth is super weird. So I'll continue to curse. Anyway, this is the dumbass version. This is the like, let's keep this simple as possible. So let's just go through this one more time, because I think it's super important that you actually understand the fundamentals of this. We have our leads attraction system, where we turn someone who doesn't know who we are into a lead, someone who we can talk to. And we do this in two ways. We do this with short form content. I do this with short form content on Instagram and ads on Instagram. So that is my leads place. Now, the truth is that it doesn't matter where you get your leads from. It can be LinkedIn. It can be it can't be Snapchat. I don't know why I said Snapchat. I haven't used Snapchat for like 5 years. So I don't even know why I said Snapchat twice. TikTok. It could be LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, any of those platforms. My big recommendation, you just choose one. Don't be an idiot like me, because I've been an idiot before. For 2 years, I was listening to Gary Vee, who was like, you need to be posting on all social media 19 times a day, 13 times a minute. You need to be on TikTok. You need to be live streaming your whole life. You need to be... Fuck that guy. You need to just post on one channel, and that is your leads attraction system. Okay, simple leads attraction system. Choose a platform, stick with it. I've got a great process with mine, because I've managed to automate my lead generation with running a super simple ad. Next, we are going to push people into a community, and this is what we're going to be talking about today. It's a free community, and I now use Skool, and I now think Skool is the best location long term to be building and starting your online education business. Easy. Now, alongside this, you will build an email list. This is actually a really important point, and we'll go into this is out of scope for today's video, but this is a huge key part of this, is that Skool is essentially a lead magnet, where you are able to collect email addresses and put them into an email list, and you will be able to communicate with those people via both email and through Skool and through the DMs in Skool. Really important. You've got 3 potential locations to communicate with people. That's why it's epic. Okay, then we've got our long form content on YouTube or Spotify. So what I do is I'll take this video from YouTube, and I'll just go dump it onto my Spotify podcast. Literally just upload it as a video, so it's on there as well. Super simple. This is my client conversion system. I then have a simple document, a Google Doc, that tells people, if someone's interested, if they've watched enough of my content, my long form content, and they've been in my community long enough, and they're like, okay, I really think this is what I need. I need someone to help me build my growth infrastructure, which is what I help people do. Then I ask them to tell me, are you interested? If you're interested, hit me up in the DMs, like, let me know. And then what I do is then I send them a simple Google Doc with everything in my offer written out. So it's black and white. They can either choose to join us in my private community. So I then have a private community on Slack, which is closed. It is more dynamic, and we just have a place where we can kind of like have conversations, post content, share content, and that's my private community. It doesn't have to be on Slack. It can be WhatsApp. It can be Telegram. It can be whatever. I've just found I've used all the others. I've used WhatsApp, Telegram, and those are the main ones. Slack's the best in my opinion. You can use Discord. Discord is an option as well. Discord is a completely valid option. I've just found people either love or hate Discord, and I found people are more engaged on Slack. Anyway, this is then the hub of our value delivery system. This is how we get results with our clients, with my clients, is that I communicate with them privately in Slack. We have Zoom calls, and I do mentorship, and we have group coaching, and we do, so I have all that, and I have that in Slack and in Zoom. Simple. Hopefully this makes sense. Okay, now question, does this mean I have to become a YouTuber? The answer is, it depends on your definition of what a YouTuber is. But if you're thinking you have to become Mr. Beast, don't. And here's why. So this is Dan. He is one of my private clients. He is a mindset coach for traders. He's got a really interesting niche. He was just on vacation the other day, and he came back, and this was like yesterday. So it's on Friday, I think. And he was like, hey guys, might not be a Monday, but wanted to share this with you all. Just had a sales call with a prospect who's seen one of my webinars that I'd done. He saw I mentioned my YouTube channel, and from watching a video, he booked a call. It's sort of warm as he had heard of me before, but as he got my booking link on YouTube, I'm calling it my first sales from content. £2,500 paid in full. That's like just over $3,000 USD. 22 views on my most watched video. So you tell me, does this mean you have to become a YouTuber, or do you just want to make money? And the great thing about this is that, like, I actually think Dan's going to be a great, like, I think he could be a great YouTuber, and I think YouTube is going to be killer for him. And so we've only implemented right now probably about 30% of his growth infrastructure. So yeah. Anyway, so no, you'd have to be a YouTuber. Now, this is what our system looks like in kind of a bit more of a detailed way, and how it works together. So I call it our one simple flywheel, and this is our leads attraction system that I have on Instagram. Like I said, you can do this on other platforms. It doesn't matter. It's a fundamental model. I choose Instagram because I'm a visual person. I love creating videos, and for me, Instagram feels most kind of like aligned. You have to choose the platform that you feel most pulled to. I think the only one I wouldn't recommend, to be completely honest, is Twitter. I don't think Twitter is great for like BTC offers, like coaches, consultants. I think if you're going to do that, like, LinkedIn is better. Facebook's doing really well for organic reach at the moment, but I choose Instagram. Simple. There's like 3 billion people on there. So we have a one simple ad protocol, and that gets new perfect fit followers. So this does two things. It builds my audience at the same time as bringing me perfect future client leads. Come on. Yeah, I'd high five myself. Let's give me a high five there. Smash. Okay. We then send them messages. We connect with them. We see what's up. We ask them discovery questions. We ask what they're up to. And you can do this yourself, or you can get an appointment setter to do this once you get past a certain stage. Doesn't matter. Then we have our client conversion system. We make sure that our new followers are watching our videos. We try and get them over to our YouTube channel to subscribe and watch our one simple video breakdown, which is essentially a video sales letter plus all of our sales assets on our long form content. Then you've got the option of, how do I close them? Like, you can either close people on sales calls, or you can close people in the DMs. Now, DM closing requires you to have really good marketing. Like, you have to have strong marketing. So you can get there for beginners. You 100% just need to get people on sales calls, so that you can actually speak to as many people as possible, so you know what problems they've got. Simple. Okay, then we actually convert them into becoming a client. Hey, sick. And we then make sure they get results through our one simple offer. So our one simple offer, remember, is our value delivery system. And then we get results with them. And guess what results turn into? Hell yeah, case studies. And where do we put case studies? We throw them back into content on YouTube, Spotify, and Instagram. Come on. And we feed those results into our community. You see how this works? And we talk about these results in our Skool community, in our email, and those are the things, these little things are what then ascend people to become customers in our customer creation system into workshops, because people are like, these guys over here, they're getting results. I want a little bit of those results. I want a little bit of that action. And so that's what we do. And every time I look at this, I feel like Einstein. I'm not going to lie. Okay, anyway. Now let's quickly talk about this new Skool feature, because now you understand the model. Let's talk about this new feature Skool have introduced. Firstly, you need to understand why we need this new feature. Up to now, the only way to monetize on Skool is through charging a monthly membership fee, which has been, it is incredibly handicapped. Like, you can't do anything with that. You can either charge just low ticket or mid ticket. Screw it. So this new feature has given Skool community owners a new way to drive revenue through one-off purchases in the classroom section. So an example of mine, if you come and join CreatorLaunch University, the link's going to be below. It's completely free. You'll see in the classroom that I've just launched my first paid one-time product, which is I've bundled up my resources for my one simple ad protocol into a one-time payment option. a BTC offer. This is one of my behind the curtains offers. So people can come and they can buy this one time and they can see what I do with clients, how I help them, and they can get access to a bunch of resources that's going to help them on one of the critical components of my mechanism. Sick. You can see this is how I did it here. Buy now, $120. So if you want to come and you want to learn how I do my one simple ad protocol, literally go into CreatorLaunch University and go buy this now and start running this yourself. And if this feels like a lot of money to you, if this sounds like a lot of $120 sounds like a lot of money for you to learn a system that is going to automate lead generation, which is the stickiest, hardest part of business, then give up now. I'm absolutely cool pissing people off. Like, just give up, because you ain't got what it takes. Like, I'm just telling you that flat out. I'm sorry. Or you can just go figure this out on your own. Like, feel free to figure out on your own. I would recommend just going and I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about if you see anyone with like courses and stuff, just buy it. So what can these one-off purchases be? These can be a multitude of things. They can be services, one-off coaching, one-off consulting, courses, workshops. I'm going to have all of these things. I'm going to slowly set up all of these things so that essentially people have like a menu that they can pick from. That is, they're like, oh, that's really interesting. I'm really struggling with my like personal brand strategy right now. I'm just going to buy this like one-off course that's going to help me with my personal brand. I'd love to like actually just spend an hour with Tom. Like, cool. I'm going to have an option there where you can literally pay me to hop on a call with you for an hour. So yeah, just going to have some awesome opportunities. This is so sick. Okay. And these are what the BTC offers are. The behind the curtains offers are these offers, and they fit in right here. They are to help identify customers, the hottest prospects in your lead pool. Okay, BTC offers. Okay, so what I'm going to be using them for is as a way to uncover the hottest leads in my community by giving them an easy way to become a customer. Now, critical to understand, a customer is massively more likely to become a high ticket paying client than someone who isn't. So this is an awesome way to get leads to hold up their hands and let you know that they are serious. This helps you highlight who you need to focus your nurture efforts on to build your pipeline. So these people who have become customers, you need to make sure you have a list where you've got these people on a list and you are nurturing the hell out of them, making sure you become their best friends, because they are the people who will work with you and pay you. They are your future pipeline. I call these behind the curtains offers BTC offers. I've been doing them for a few months now, and I've had to use a different software to be able to do these. I've had to use like Go High Level to be able to do these. I can now do this in Skool, which makes it infinitely easier to create these kinds of offers. The next step is hopefully they're going to add a recurring payment feature. So this is the real like daddy. Like I actually was hoping that this would be part of it. Kind of frustrated that this wasn't part of the new feature, but these guys are making moves. This is the next one where you can have a recurring payment feature, because this is how I help people get involved in my high ticket, like my Freedom Creators group, which is that I give them a payment option that allows them to get in at a lower level, and I finance it for them. So that is I'm hoping they'll have this recurring payment feature soon. Then it's going to be game over. They'll literally have everything. Like, they'll have everything they need. The only other thing that, again, hopefully it's on their roadmap is I don't like the community part of Skool. That's why I have my private community on Slack. But the end game, the game ender, is if they end up creating some sort of private community type of feature within Skool Community. So you've got private messaging kind of chats type of thing, similar to like Discord, Slack, like that. It's done. It's done then. It's absolutely done. Hormozian ovens have won. Now, what this all means is that you can now confidently use Skool as a free community funnel, because up until now, being able to monetize on Skool has essentially just been able to, has meant that you've got to be able to build enough trust to get people to pay you a membership fee, which is really, 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 really hard to do. Membership fee is so much harder. Membership is so much harder than high ticket. So this has changed the game, and it means that you can confidently use Skool as a free community funnel, which is ultimately what Skool was built for. Skool was built because of Facebook group funnels. It was built because the best funnel in the world is a Facebook group funnel. And Sam Ovens was like, this Facebook funnel group works, but they're lacking all these like features that would enrich the experience and make these communities way better. A classroom where there was resources, Zoom calls, a calendar where you can get access to calls and like everything. Like, so he built it. So that's why this is an amazing like feature update. So please don't sleep on this opportunity. Like, make your bet on Sam Ovens and Alex Hormozi, like I'm doing, because these two are the absolute granddaddies of the online consulting, coaching, business world and the high ticket world. Like, you have to just make that bet based on this. So start your Skool community today. I've got a referral link in the description. You can use it if you want. Feel free to not use it as well. But if you want to start, there's a link down below in the description. Now, this is actually a bit of a meta video, because if you're watching this before the 26th of June, 2024, shout out to my peeps in 2039 who are watching this, because you guys are weird, then I'd like to invite you to a 2-hour workshop, Skool Community Secrets. I'm holding this for my private community, Freedom Creators, but I'm giving away seats, handful of seats for people who want to join us. That is why they're called BTC Offers. I'm going to give you everything I've learned from professionally building communities online for 2.5 years. From my first community, where I charged $500 per month over 2.5 years ago, to how I've built my free Skool community now to over 1,130 members. And when I say professionally building communities online, it's because over 2 years, I was building communities on Discord for tech companies. So I was literally building communities for other companies. So that's why I say professionally. So not just my own, I built them for other companies. Now, the link to get a seat is below. If you can't make it live, you can still grab a seat and get the recording and all the playbooks that are going to be associated with it, all the resources, you can get it the next day. And if you haven't joined CreatorLaunch University, the link to join is below. There's a full free course on how to make your first 10K with high ticket. So come and join us for our Skool Community Secrets workshop, and it's going to be sick. And if you want to learn how to do our entire one simple flywheel growth infrastructure, which is this, if you want to learn exactly how to do that, I'm going to point you to the video right here. It's literally going to be above my head. Go watch it now. That was sick, and I'll see you in the next one.